Happy 4th of July. It's Ira Epstein, and here we are with your SPDR ETF stock market wrap-up for July 3rd, 2023, getting ready for the 4th of July. You know, they closed the markets early today, noon Chicago time, but I was jumping up and down. For weeks now, I have been going through the electronic auto makers, telling you basically I like what I'm seeing out of there. And once we saw Tesla, 446,000 cars for a quarter, and then we saw Rivian come alive. Look what that did when it met its goals. You can see Lucid up 50 cents. I mean, on a $7 stock, that's a nice gain. That's about almost 50%. Let me take it back. Almost 5%, not 50, almost 5%. That's not bad at all in one day. So they all jumped and jumped nicely. As you take a look at Tesla, up $18. So it's just pulling all of them with it. GM went up with it. Ford went up a bit with it. So you can see what's going on. And what it just shows is that the world is making a switch in a fast way. Other countries are much faster than us. The Netherlands, nobody talks about it. They are lightning out there. China, a major, major push from all their automakers. Now, will everybody survive? I think you know they can't. I mean, just think in America. Where's Studebaker? Where's Dodge? I can go on and on with automakers. Maxwell. I can go on with the classic cars forever, okay? Pierce Arrow. How far do you want me to go with all this? But the ones that survive seem to do well. Now, well, it's defined. You think automakers, the electric ones, eventually won't hit the same bumps in the road that they are hitting in the old ICE manufacturers, Ford, GM, bankruptcies, reorganizations. It will happen over time. But you're at the beginning of that new era in them, and you have to enjoy it. Another stock that I like is Amazon. You got Prime Day coming. They've proven that they're a major contender with their Prime Video. I like what they do, occasional releases in big movies. You know, I like what I'm seeing out of that. But when you look at America's big retail guys, if you don't think Amazon is the first thing that comes to your mind, where are you? Because they are it. And, you know, are they undervalued in a way because they haven't had a big story? They might be. But let me give you my big story for right now, and then we'll come in and do all the charts. This is my Independence Day sale. For new and returning members, let me explain that. If you're a current member, this is not for you. If you're a new and returning member, you go in, you can choose any of my research, you get 50% off. You want to buy a one-year subscription, it's normally, let's say, $180, it's $80. You want to buy a 1 month, you come in, let's assume it's $7.95, you're going to pay what? Not even $4. You can't buy a McDonald's special meal for $4, right? And you're going to get 22 videos. You're going to get 22 business days a month. You're going to get approximately 22 videos, access to my reports and everything. My special reports alone, after you go through the free ones you see, are what, $3.95 or something? So this is a heck of a deal. But you choose one. You can't move up. For example, if you take the 1 month at the special deal and then you want the 1 year after that, won't work. You take the 1 year now, you got it. I'll honor that with you. And I think you'll find it very interesting. So how do you get to it? Just go to iraepstein.com and research. Otherwise, move your cursor to the top up here. Give it a click. It's going to end very shortly. It is just meant for a couple of days here. So please, if you want it, take advantage of it. It's not a lot of money. And remember, after your month goes by, you can upgrade, you can stop. It's all up to you. You decide what you want to do on it. All right. So let's go to the charts. And as I said, I like Amazon. So I'm looking at Amazon, and it's going at a big run here. Now, you can't get away from that. I mean, this is no longer an $87 stock. This is stock that's $130, and it probably needs to see some consolidation. But we're going into the second part of the year. You know, you got your Prime Day sale, and then you got to get ready for all the sales that we get into as we lead up to Christmas. So on pullbacks, could be a very interesting stock. Is it got a trend per se defined by the swing line? Now, the swing line is the brown line that I put right over the chart. This is a chart without it. This is a chart with it. In this case, you got a higher high and a lower low. That's not the definition of a trend. I then put on charts the 18-day moving average of closes for the purposes here in these videos, the 100 and the 200. There are more moving averages that you will see as we go into the subscription videos should you decide to join that. And by the way, don't join that via the blue button you see on YouTube. Do this on our website to get the deal. We won't honor it through YouTube. If you take a look here, with that, maybe you get back to the 18-day average for the support over time. Right now, that's 126.96. But if you go back and you take a look at this and back up a day at a time, day before is 126.76. Day before that, 126.48. So you're gaining 20, 30 cents a day. So this number that today's 126.96 will be over 127 easily when we reopen on Wednesday. And that's against this support of 127.26. So I'm looking for support in that general area. The resistance is right here. This makes all the sense in the world why it's stalling out. You did that when you went up here a couple of days and hit it. You went here, backed off. So I expect to get back-offs in here. They fit right into the pattern. And you're overbought. Now, it's different when you have an embedded reading. Embedded reading takes the two numbers that make up the slow stochastic study. They're called a K and a D line. The difference of them is one uses 3 days of the data, the other 5. It's the same formula. My slow stochastics will not look like yours if you're on a typical chart that isn't, well, you can go to TradingView and you can get our suite of indicators. And by the way, if you go to our website, IraEpstein.com, and go into the client resources where you see the charting, it's there. You just sign up on our website and you'll get all these that work this way, including the swing line, and including, we'll highlight outside days for you since they're so important. But you get all that, and it only takes up 2 of your slots. So you got plenty of slots left, and it works really nice. But in our charting software, it works like this. You're overbought against a resistance point, and you have upside bias. That's the way I define it. When I come to Rivian, can I tell you how happy I am? There's a reason I started talking all these electric cars, and they've made their move now to the upside. How far? Well, it's going to have big trouble if it tries to reach 2105 here. It's probably ahead of itself as it broke out of the Bollinger Band. So over the next week or so, I would look for it to consolidate some of these gains. I'd love to see the pop to 2105 from where I was telling people I liked it, which was the $15 range. It's very nice now. UGA. All right, this is the gasoline fund, and it did not run for the 4th of July holiday. In fact, if you look nationwide, prices are down for the 4th, especially when compared to last year. So now what's going to make this market move? You're at the point where OPEC is meeting starting Thursday. Russia has again said, oh, we're going to cut 500,000 barrels a day in August. Now remember, they said that in March. They didn't do it. People have written me, oh, they got as far as 200,000 barrels and then something happened, blah, blah. Their own admittance is they haven't done it, all right? They intend on getting it in August, done according to Mr. Novak. The second part that they have, they claim that they've told their exporters not to sell gasoline, even though the export market is stronger than the domestic market. They want them to keep the gasoline for home. Why? To hold down inflation as this war goes on. People want food, people need their energy. They're going to start keeping that because they've got plenty of trouble. This Wagner Group showed all the problems that is going on there, and under what Mr. Putin would like to keep a nice veil, there's certainly things that are brewing. We will see what they are. Didn't you like the fact that the CIA director, ours, came out and said this is a once-in-a-generation opportunity for America to get spies throughout Russia because they see with the Wagner Group what's going on? I don't know. They even had to make that statement. I like when a spy's quiet. You know, you got higher lows, higher highs. You're riding and pushing out the Bollinger Band on the financials. Why not? We're going to see on Wednesday the FOMC minutes. You're going to get JOLTS data this week, see how many job offerings there are per job, and then the all-important jobs report is Friday. So you got your hands full when we come back. It's going to be really rough and tumble. When you come to the industrial sector, I'm surprised that it was even up today 2 cents. Does anybody but me pay attention to the daily data and S&P's numbers and ISM data that comes out? Factories are doing terrible. And why an industry is up like that, somebody knows something I don't see. I don't see it on the charts, and I certainly don't see it in the fundamentals. NVIDIA, new high for the move after this correction. Okay, I still like the market at the 413.81. I have clients in this market that we did at a better number than that if they were taking my weekly recommendations. Here's a beautiful thing. In my subscriber videos, I go through daily and, for the longer term trader, weekly recommendations. I separate them. So I may get you out on the daily basis, but on the weekly, I may keep you into that, and you get the reasons why I explain it. The charts look different, they act different, and that's how you trade them. Are you short-term or a bit longer-term oriented? So I cover both for you. And on the weekends, I give just the weekend version of my charts, which I do Friday night or Saturday, are all the weekly charts, all right? So it really keeps you up. And every day in my subscriber videos, we keep up with the recommendations I've made, the losses, and there will be them, and the winners, I'll smile there will be them too. So you get both of that doing it. I don't publish a track record. I keep up with the current trades you have. I don't want to manage anyone's money. I don't want to be a trading advisor, your mentor for your life savings. That is not what I intend on doing. It's per trade, and that's what I want you to hire me for. In stocks, higher lows, higher highs. And where's the market? Right here's the resistance of the market. But here's the important thing. You had that surge in AI, you came down, and you're fighting your battle at the 18-day average. This market's still looking just fine. In the home builders, how could you not like them? I mean, they're busy as can be. They're making profits. People seem immune to these high mortgage rates. I think what they're saying is, I'll get one right now, but I can refinance. Remember, when we started going up, I told you, go to your lender, and when you borrow, make sure you have a deal somewhere where you're not going to pay your points or whatever again, or their charges, whatever the deal is. If you do it through a builder, same thing. Let him finance you in part of it or all of it. And when you move out of that financing, maybe you can work out a deal on that. Everything's on the table. When you have mortgage rates this high, all you have to do is ask. The worst that happens is they say no. The best that happens is you open the door to get something. In XLE, energy. So I certainly don't want to be anywhere near a short position going into the OPEC meeting. They're talking 1.5 million barrel a day cut, starting now, 1 million in July from the Saudis, and then adding, maybe, real world, adding another 500,000. So what they want to do, OPEC Plus, they want to take the market from oversupplied, which is where you're at right now, to undersupplied, to withstand the shock of whatever type of recessions set in. I use that wording very carefully because in the U.S., I think we're talking the shallowest of recessions, whatever it is. That's not necessarily the same in Europe and other places around the world. I like what I'm seeing in Brazil already, in the sense they're going to be lowering interest rates. Their inflation is falling, so their economy's picking up good things. But it's country by country. You got to look very hard. In any case, I think this market is still saying, hey, at 80.10, I'm okay. I'm a bit overbought. This is the chart talking to you, not Ira, third-party thing. I'm overbought. I've got a reading over 70. Be a bit patient. Let's see what happens if I can give you a break. In the gold market, you have flipped out of the embedded reading position. This means you can't be short anymore. Let me just show you. If you've taken my enhanced Bollinger Band course, this was Wednesday. Here's Thursday. You're still embedded. Now watch. You lose the embedded reading on Friday. You can't be short anymore. And here's the market trying now to get back to the 18-day average of closes. You stepped out of the downtrend. As this happened, the same thing happened in most of the miners, not XME, but GDX, this saw SLV, SIL, so a number of them coming out of that, and the Canadian miners too. When you look at SLV, you can see doing just what I said. Can it get back up to the resistance, 2142 to 36? That's what I'll be looking at. I don't see this market longer term bullish yet, but I do see something in silver that I wrote a report on today. Are you looking at the usage in solar panels? You know, solar panels take silver and they form a paste. In the paste is a silver concentrate. Well, they discovered that if they put a lot more of that concentrate in, it really takes the energy level that it captures from the sun tremendously higher, not a little bit. So in the past, I think it's 8 years or 9 years, the usage has gone up threefold in solar panels. I'm not talking the amount of panels sold. Per panel, how much you're using, what's going on, all in all, threefold. That's an important part. The world's after renewable energies. This is one of the ways. And of course, silver's got big use in what? Electronics. As you look at copper, copper's waiting on China to do something. Just accept that that's where you're at. You're meandering back and forth. You don't go up very much. You don't go down very much. You're just sort of stuck. Then on U.S. interest rates and the bonds. Okay, as the market's coming down, what are we doing? We're getting close to a jobs report. The market's nervous, so I can see prices slipping back. In the dollar, the trend is still up, and the battleground is 28.33. Now, if the market gets under 28.35, the funny part is I would get a new sell signal in the dollar, and ultimately that's what I'm looking for. I think that the market is now turning its attention, and this time I'm agreeing. We are close to where the Fed can end. We're not there until I see the data, all right? And it's not going to be my choice, but we'll see the data. We'll have an idea. But I agree now. I fought for the longest time and said the Fed is not done. And you're now up at 5.25%. I was doing this from the time that you were just getting your first rate hikes. Now I'm swinging over, saying somewhere between here and 6% is the top. I don't know how far they have to go. I need to see the data, but that's my own guess as to where you're at. And sooner rather than later, the dollar will start losing, I think, to other currencies as that edge on interest rates starts going away in the market, especially in the back end, starts pulling premium out, saying, we don't care. The Fed can be a little slower in the front. The back's not going to keep going up. That's what I think is going to happen. In FXE, you can see how the euro's in a corrective mode, but you're still over the 18-day average. I'm looking for the eventual setup here that you can play and get long with. You're not there at this point. Thoughts, processes, look at weekly charts. That's where you come up with this. And what I want you to do is take advantage of the sale. It's really simple to do so. Click up on the top here. Go to our website under the word research. It's all there if you can't do it that way. I'm Ira. There will not be any updates tomorrow. I will resume on Wednesday morning. Have a great holiday. And hey, America, happy birthday. Take care all.